welcome to the blur tutorial. So the blur node is basically what it says. It's going to be blurring your image. So you can find it in the filter tab blur. And as you can see, I never mentioned that, but if you look at the bracket, basically it tells you where it's located in the filter and blur, or you have B for blur, because those are very often used nodes. So here we have our image, and the blur, it says all channel by default. So basically if you have a CG element and you have like depth, pause mats, or any other layer in there, you're going to be able to blur everything at once. So if I start and augment the blur size, you can see that my image is getting blurred, and you can go really crazy with that and blur your image. So this is a very short tutorial, but so you can have, let's say you have an alpha of a, you know what, rectangle, because we're actually looking at the plane from a rooftop terrace, this and alpha. So as you can see, it's blurring through the incoming alpha that we just created with the roto node here. So you can then, you can also have an alpha. If I put it to none, you can actually use a mask and inject a fringe, which means it's going to use only the border of your alpha. Usually you can have invert, and you can, you know, soften your mask. The fringe is basically whatever gray value you have. So there's a lot of use to the blur node, so just be wary that, again, there's a lot of option. And again, there's that crop to format checkbox that you need to be careful. And what that does, we've seen it in the previous tutorial, is that if I remove this, you're going to see that the value of the blur are actually kept with the bounding box of the image. In some cases you do want that, in others you don't, especially if you're playing with the lens distortion and reformats and stuff. You might, in some cases, want that particular bounding box, because as you're redistorting your image, it might leave you with, you know, unaffected areas. But again, be very careful about that. Usually by default it's activated. So ladies and gentlemen, that was the blur node. Thank you for watching.